Welcome back to the winter arc. It is Wednesday. It's about 8 p.m. and I got arms tonight. One thing I wanted to come on here and talk about, which I saw on TikTok and Instagram, was Gymshark trying to push C-Bum and Sam Sulek as the face of the winter arc, which kind of hurts because of how long I've been pushing to get onto Gymshark. Me and my grandpa, get both of us on there. Last winter arc was where I went really hard with it. So to see that, it just feels like a kind of big fuck you to me, because my whole premise is the winter arc. I talk about it year round. The winter arc, for me, was a lot more of a mindset and a vibe that I stuck to. And like I said, I do it year round. It's not like I only work out during the winter. It's not like I only make videos like this during the winter. It's not like I only work out a certain way or nothing. Nothing changes. It's a mindset. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I thought it was I don't know, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, because they have me right here that could be running with that whole campaign to take on me and my grandpa. But whatever. Another very, I don't want to say cliche, but it's not bad to hear it again. It's not bad to get reminded that, you know, if you're a teenager in your late teens, maybe you're in your 20s, early 20s, or maybe you're my age, entering your mid 20s, or sorry, I'm almost out of my mid 20s. I'm about to be 26 in like 2 weeks. But the idea of risk, if you don't have a lot tied to you, if you're not tied to your hometown, if you're not tied down with a relationship or a family or kids, super big bills, any of that kind of stuff, no matter what age you are, if you have that flexibility and if you have that freedom, it's not a bad idea to take a risk on yourself. Why I say that is because I saw Steve Jobs talking about it and how him and his buddy pretty much didn't have anything. So the only thing that they had to lose was whatever they put into it, and you know, the shirts off their back. That was pretty much it. Like they didn't have like a family to lose. They didn't. Whereas someone who might be 40 and is very well established and well developed and has a family, has a house, has all these things, has to be a little bit more cautious when it comes to risk. But when you're in your 20s, you have so much leg room to fuck up. And by that, I don't mean go and fuck up as hard as you possibly can. Will you learn a lot from it? Sure. What you can get out of a loss, especially in your 20s, is a lot of wisdom. I talk about that a lot, how sadness is wisdom, but also loss is a very big form of wisdom, because not a lot of people can relate to certain loss because they won't take that step in the direction of risk to lose anything. For example, when you look at your 20s and any part of this, you really only have one way to go, and it's up. You have so much flexibility to lose. And I know that maybe it sounds scary, or maybe it sounds idiotic, or maybe it sounds stupid, or maybe it sounds ridiculous, because it's the same idea as a lot of people who just want to save money for the rest of their lives. But then there's the other factor, the people that go and they take that money and they invest it, or they try to start a business with it, or they try to do this, that, and the third with it. And it's the people that use their money to make it work for them that end up being the more successful people and that have that financial freedom when they're older. Not the people that save all the way up until they're 60 and they might have saved up $1 million and then they have that, which is also good, but that's kind of like a whole different pipeline to get down. But the main premise of this video is risk and why you should take it while you're young. You have absolutely no reason not to take a risk on yourself. If you have a big idea, if you want to do content, you want to start a business, you want to invent something, you want to sell a product, you want to start a new job, I mean, literally anything that you could possibly think of that you consider risky, I would go and do it. Because it's better to fuck up now and learn about it than to do that shit later when you have a lot more on the line. Right now, you don't really have much on the line. When you're in your 20s, when you're in your teens, unless you are already fully established and you have a family, then you know what? Go off and do that. But if you are single, like me, the only reason that I push as hard as I can on this shit is because I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have kids. I have a family, but I don't have a family that I created. So I'm trying to make it out. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to become somebody. And to me, this isn't even really that risky, honestly. It's a part of my daily routine. And, you know, could I be using this time for something else. Could I be resting more? Could I be working on something else? Sure. But at the end of the day, I'm doing something that I love. I'm doing something that I'm growing in. I've built something insane. I'm about to hit 20,000 followers. We're like 30 something off. That's kind of the gist of my video, is that if you're a young guy right now, young girl, you don't have kids, you don't have a family, a boyfriend, you know, you have a decent job, fuck around and take some sort of risk, or just start something. You're here. You have everything to gain.